We are live. We should be live. Let me double check here on my phone. Ever since we had that one audio glitch, now I'm like I gotta check at all times. All right.
Test, test, test.
All right, I can hear you and I can hear me. I'm just gonna assume that we can hear Andrew then if I can hear Dave. So
Howdy, howdy.
Andrew's making dinner. So you might hear some clinking and clacking in the back. Our thumbnail for the week is a reuniting of the Yuki Air bromance. Due to, and this isn't in the breaking news, uh, rumors that Hajar is likely to go to Red Bull next year, with Yuki and Lawson fighting for the remaining V-carb seat because Lynn Bald's going to move up no matter what. A lot of people are thinking because of the lack of the Honda partnership, Yuki's probably out, which is fair. And there's two camps. There's three camps. There's the Aston Martin reserve driver camp. There's the he's out of the sport camp. Excuse me, sorry, I just finished dinner. And there's the reunite him with Pierre at Alpine so we can get the bromance back. And Pierre was also he's pro Yuki. He's pro Yuki Air for sure. So that is the explanation there because that's the only thing that happened this week in news aside from one other thing.
Does Yuki score more points in an Alpine than he does in a Red Bull?
No. No, he doesn't. He
Probably
can't
not.
qualify well. So,
Will he score more points than Colapinto?
well, if he gets a point, it would be.
That's it. Yeah, that's true.
The bar is low. Oh man, that's a cold open. That's the first cold open we've ever done in F101. Week 17. It's the Baku preview. Breaking news: the F1 announces the sprint calendar for next year. Yay! We all love sprints. China, Miami, Canada, Great Britain, Netherlands, and Singapore. Having a sprint race in Singapore is dirty work. Downright diabolical choice from F1. That's crazy. China and Miami will make it 3 years in a row with a sprint, and Silverstone gets its second sprint after hosting one in 2021. I don't like the sprint races. A lot of people don't like the sprint races. I have a feeling that when I go to Austin to watch the race and it is a sprint weekend, my opinion on sprints are going to change because I'm going to get more in-person racing than I normally would.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes them more money, I think, is the main thing.
I did see a lot of people saying that it's way easier for the track promoters to be like 2 races instead of 1 race and a bunch of practice.
Well, I mean, it feels the same way like when the NFL expanded it to 18 games. Like, I don't want an 18th game.
Well, they're at 17. Yeah, 18th week,
18th
17th.
week, I mean.
They're going to go to 18 games for sure.
Yeah, but they shouldn't. Like,
no, they shouldn't, but they will because they're stupid.
I don't need the sprints, and I don't need an extra week of football. It's fine.
Yeah, look, I'm in agreement. I agree. They're also the NFL's they're trying to make European football pop off, but it never will.
They'll have a better chance in Brazil. Brazil loves to be fans of everything.
That's true.
Sometimes.
That's true. So yeah, sprints I'm not a huge fan of, but that being said, a Singapore sprint is crazy. One practice session for one of the most physically demanding tracks in the calendar, and the sprint session won't be in a similar time likely to the actual race, so they're losing out on like simulating the conditions during the race. It's just going to be that weekend is going to be a mess. It's dirty work from F1 to put a sprint in Singapore. That's crazy. So we'll see how it goes.
Nothing happened this week, so like, hey, you know what? Let's make sure that in the future we get some content, some high quality, just disaster content. That's what the people want.
Yeah. There is more breaks in between races next year too, I believe, or at least there's a few longer breaks. Just fine by me. Let the people rest. let me rest a little bit.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know if the engineer should go home. They'll get too attached to their family and realize that work maybe isn't everything.
yeah, we can't have that.
We can't have that.
You don't need
That's
a
detrimental.
family when McLaren is your family.
That tire that you put on every week,
That's your son.
that's your son. Don't drop him.
Yeah, don't drop him. Don't screw his head on too tight. Um,
And if you do, Landon Norris might kill you.
well, Zach Brown will. I don't think Lando has it in him.
No, he's got to go race, but
Papa
yeah,
Brown will.
Zach Brown might come out with the glove.
Zach Brown's gonna come out with a steel chair. All right, that's the breaking news. This really is the only thing that, at least as far as I know, it's really the only thing that happened this week. Slow news week in terms of F1. Um, so Baku, I think it's the earliest race of the year. The quali is Saturday at 8 a.m. Ooh, the race is Sunday at 7. For all you football fans, I it's not this week, but I think it's next week. If it was this week where the European games start, I think they start next week. So never mind. I was gonna say you can watch the race and then you can go right to watching the Steelers game in Ireland. But
Yay.
that's next week. It's next week. It's Vikings Steelers next week. So is there a race next week? I think there is.
I love Aaron Rodgers. He's my favorite.
He's my favorite Irish person. No, there's not a race next week. So never mind. You don't get your double dose of all day sports, which I think my girlfriend will be really happy about. Um, so yes, the race is Sunday at 7. It's an early one. Make sure you have coffee ready to go. It should be good. Racing here is generally pretty good. Um, Despite the Red Bull win in Monza, McLaren are still obviously the team to beat. Even though Baku has a ridiculously long main straight, I think it's the longest on the calendar. The rest lap is a lot slower compared to like where I mentioned this last week. Monza overall is very fast. Baku, the straight is really fast, but then the rest of the lap slows down pretty considerably. So McLaren's lack of straight line speed to their competitors shouldn't be as much of an issue as it was in Monza. Um, he actually won here. He had a really strong performance. He took the lead from Leclerc on a pretty gutsy move, and then he held it. Norris last year here went from 15th to 4th in a really strong race to the midfield from him. So the team is also going to really want a clean, drama-free race after the Monza debacle. So even though their straight line pace isn't, not top of the field, it shouldn't be as rough here as it was in Monza. For McLaren, they can win the constructors here if they finish first and second or first and third, or outscore Ferrari by 9 points. They secure the constructors championship, which would be the
That's kind of crazy.
earliest. It'd be the earliest any team has ever done that.
I hope some chaotic shit happens. Just to give a little bit more, excitement for the rest of the year.
If you're still looking for the main constructors championship, you're watching it wrong.
No. For the drivers championship, a little bit get Lando a little bit closer. I get some drama in there.
There's plenty of races left. There's still like 7 races left. So
yeah. But the earlier they get closer in points, the better, and the more that other drivers can actually impact the drivers championship, the better. Like them just driving 1-on-1 against each other, we've seen it enough. They don't really race each other, but you get a Verstappen in there, you get a Leclerc in there, you get a Russell in there.
Well,
you get a Yuki Tsunoda as a back marker in there. Things get a little bit interesting.
Leclerc could actually be a threat. I'll skip ahead to the Ferrari section real quick. Leclerc is really good at getting pole here. He's not good at winning, but he's good at getting pole.
He's good at getting passed. He's
good at
getting overtaken.
Yeah, so he could get up in there. He's gotten pole here, I think 2 years in a row at least. But he's never won. He has not converted those poles to wins. But I mean, there was some drama here last year. Perez and Sainz crashed into each other. So you can never. There's always a good. Honestly, there's been a lot of drama here. 2021, Lewis, Max went out of the race, and then Lewis went out of the race, and then it was a whole thing. Or maybe Max went out a year earlier. I think Lewis went out, and then like it was a whole mess. There's been some good drama here. Leclerc's iconic "I am stupid" moment came here. So Baku's got some good moments. And it's a pretty race. The scene, like the through the castle and like the walls and the city and stuff. It's very cool looking. And that's probably about the only good thing I can say about Azerbaijan, but I'm not going to keep talking about that. Red Bull could be a threat here, but I think it more depends if their setup in Monza was like, if their success in Monza was because they had a setup win or because it was an advantage for the car. If it was an advantage for the car in general and maybe like a little bit of setup, I think they could do well here, but Vegas is definitely based off of Monza. Vegas is likely to be their next like big, strong performance win contention area. Um, then Baku is, but you can't count Max out for podium contention. You can't count him out for a win, especially after last week. He still definitely has it. And Tsunoda has had ups and downs in Baku. He didn't finish last year's race. But it was an engine issue, not his fault. He needs to keep building as he's racing for his future in the sport, especially with Hadjar's recent performances. And I wrote this before the rumors of Hadjar likely to be promoted anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get promoted. There's not really any reason to have Yuki still on the team. He hasn't really done anything.
Yeah, unless he wins like every race.
Or unless Isaac Hadron's like, you know what? No.
He would never.
They
asked him.
He should though.
They asked him. They're like, if they called you up this year, would you do it? He's like, I wouldn't be ready, but I'd do it.
Oh man, he shouldn't do it. Like even next year, I don't think anyone should go in that second Red Bull.
Well, I don't know with the regulation reset.
I mean, yeah, maybe, but it's cursed.
It is cursed. Thing. It is cursed. Mark Webber cursed it all those years ago.
It's a Max Verstappen thing. You can't drive next to Max. He puts a curse on you.
He's just that good. He's a master of witchcraft.
I mean, probably. Do you see how he races? He's a maniac. Imagine being his teammate. He's a maniac.
Yeah, well, you can ask Albon or Gasly or Ricardo or Lawson or Perez or Yuki what it's like to be a Max Verstappen's teammate. They'll all tell you the same thing. Not good, not easy.
No.
So yeah.
Isaac Hadjar should be thinking about his escape plan when he inevitably doesn't do as well in a Red Bull than he does in a V car.
And Yuki needs to get some good performances to show that he still deserves an F1 seat in general.
Yuki needs to go. Honda's sponsoring someone, right?
Aston.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can't really get in there.
That's why people think he could be a
Honda to bring their own team back again.
He could be a reserve driver.
Stroll could just retire.
Stroll's only 26.
Yeah, but he hates the sport sometimes. Sometimes he really looks like.
I'm telling you, Adrian Newey is gonna give him a championship winning car. Stroll WDC 2026.
There's a real chance that Stroll literally just took up some PTO this year when he skipped Canada. He just rage quit for the weekend. So like, I don't think it's completely.
It's his home race. I don't know about that.
Well, no. I mean for next year.
Oh.
Like he's just like, you know what? I'm done. I did it. Thank you very much. Or Alonso, I don't know.
Yeah, Alonso might be like, I'm old.
150 years old.
He's like, he might be, I'm done. We'll see. It's likely Alonso and Lewis will give it one more year before dipping out.
And then Yuki can come in.
And then Yuki can come back.
Driver.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And yeah, like it won't be Behrman. All right. So that's Red Bull. I think they could do well here. Mercedes can also be a podium threat, depending on if Red Bull and Ferrari really show up. But Russell does nothing, gets third performance. I think you can't. I think you got to weigh that in when thinking about who you're going to put on the podium. But I don't know if this is really going to be their track. They haven't been great here in the current regulations. Russell has it in him for sure as a driver. Antonelli, I think, is kind of just trying to build off of more strong performances than he is looking to like podium/win. I still think Antonelli's had a great rookie year. Don't get me wrong. I just know he can do more than what he's done this year, and we've seen he can do more.
They're kind of opposite drivers. Russell does nothing, gets third, and Antonelli does everything and DNFs.
Yeah.
So you combine them together. I think Antonelli can get there. Russell feels like he's kind of, I don't know, just his attitude. He feels like he's hit the He feels like he's hit the ceiling with the car.
Yeah.
He's like, well,
they're not upgrading it anymore.
Sometimes it just dies, or there's a problem and he can't do anything about it. But he also doesn't really do anything to like he's not like doing what Max Verstappen does and like getting extra out the car and like really pushing. He's like, okay, I'm going to survive the race, and the Mercedes should be good enough to get me in the upper, P5 through P3.
Right. Yeah, Russell. I mean, also they haven't upgraded the car at all, so like he knows kind of like it's all about next year. And with Antonelli, you got to remember he's 18. Yeah. So like I've seen some people like, oh, Antonelli sucks, kick him out, get Russell and Verstappen, blah blah blah, and like there's all sorts of discourse about who, if Verstappen does for some reason go to Mercedes, who gets replaced, what are they doing with Antonelli, all this stuff, and people are like, well, Antonelli's not even that good, and it's like, come on, man, he's a rookie, he's 18, he's not
I'd rather him push the car and like
burn
and like get a penalty or get a little bit of scuffed up than just do nothing, right? Yeah, at least he's like learning that way.
Yeah, not everyone can do nothing and get third. That's a George Russell specialty.
They're not really fighting. I guess they can technically get second constructors, but it doesn't feel like they're really fighting for it. I feel like they're just like, okay, we're probably gonna get third.
It feels like every time they get close, Ferrari answers, but then Ferrari falls apart immediately after.
They're just like, we're not in control of our destiny. We're not the main character.
Yeah,
we are just here as an obstacle for Ferrari or Verstappen to compete with. Whether or not we get seconds, all up to Ferrari and how much they crash and cry.
They're not the main character right now. They've let other people be the main character.
Yes, Antonelli could become the main character eventually, but right now he's just a chaotic force that causes drama for other people.
For Max Verstappen mainly.
For Max Verstappen, yes.
Oh, speaking of Ferrari, they confuse me. When I say they're going to be bad and there's no hope, they do well. And when I think they're going to do well, they completely shit the bed. So I don't know what to say about them. Whatever I say about them, just believe the opposite. Like I said, Leclerc has done great at getting pole, but he hasn't been able to convert those poles to wins. I think he's still in the podium conversation, though, even though I told everyone to believe the opposite of what I said. I don't know about Hamilton. I'm hoping for a classic hammer time performance from him, but it's getting harder to believe. I'm not giving up. But even when he's fast, it kind of feels like he's destined to finish P6 or 7, no matter what he does.
I've been saying Lewis Hamilton, he just doesn't got it this year.
Lewis Hamilton will qualify P7 and finish P7. Charles Leclerc will qualify up P149 and finish in P6. Every race. It doesn't matter.
Is Lewis out? No, he definitely has, yeah, because Leclerc crashed that one time. It was like P15 or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Lewis has outdriven him once, I think.
I think more than once. He won the sprint in China.
Well, I don't count those sprints. Who counts those sprints?
I'm just saying for overall performances.
Yeah. He's got a little bit of sauce, but
he still has it.
Enough sauce to get P4.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's true, Silverstone. So we'll see. We'll see. I really hope. I really want a Hamilton podium. Not even a win. Just get him back on the podium, man. Oh, it'd be awesome.
I think if he gets podium, he'll still be sad.
Well, certainly.
Something will happen in the race. Is like, I should have won. Or even if he wins, is like, I didn't deserve it. Like, Can I see Hamilton be happy once in
Yeah,
is being
go watch highlights from 2020 or
a
2019 or 2018 or 2017, not 2016, but 2015.
I'm sure there are moments in 2016. Maybe not at the end.
I don't know about that one.
Um,
Oh no.
so basically, it's not a Ferrari. But
Yeah, oh yeah,
you should
certainly.
just leave.
Not at
Leave,
Ferrari and not at Mercedes after 2021.
leave Ferrari citing mental health concerns and move to another team. It's not the driving that's the problem, it's the Ferrari that's the problem.
We've been saying this.
Everyone's been saying this for years.
You already know, and this is your first year paying attention to the sport.
Yeah, you can't watch every other team be like happy with like P5 and then Leclerc gets pole and he's sad about it.
Well,
Right?
because he knows he's getting P6.
Well, yeah, he didn't do anything to that pole position, but like, still, it's like, what do you want?
Oh, Ferrari. So we'll see. We'll see how they do. I think Leclerc, he's good at qualifying here. We'll see if he can finally convert it. Probably not, just because that McLaren is so much faster. But when it comes to straight line speed, I believe Aston Martin leads the midfield in terms of top speed. And with the main overtaking point at the end of the main straight, this could actually be very advantageous for them. They could have a really strong weekend here. But the problem is the car just seems to decide randomly when it wants to be fast, and no one really gets it. Even like Alonso and Stroll, they're like, we don't really know why it does what it does.
Sometimes
But I
in the
think
middle of the race, it just like I remember Stroll. I can't remember which race it was. He was like P4, P5. Like, how did he get there? And then you watch him, and he's so slow. He's so
yeah.
ungodly slow. He loses all of his positions. Like, what? What happened to this car?
And then Alonso just decides randomly to remember who he is. He's like, oh yeah, I'm goaded.
Hey, shouldn't be behind Stroll in points.
So
This is outrageous.
yes, I think Aston's going to be in a good position to get some points and keep their place in the Constructors' Championship. Williams could also do really well here, even though their straight line speed isn't as good as like it has been in the past. But that's because they now have a better car overall. Albon and Sainz can get some good points here if the car like cooperates, and I think it will. And Sainz, there's a huge article about him and why he hasn't been able to really adjust to Williams yet. Not that he hasn't been able to adjust, but why his season hasn't been like up to expectations. And it's like the car isn't really his normal driving style. There's some quirks with the Mercedes engine compared to the Ferrari that's different. He has gotten super unlucky. Um, but then it's also when he's down in 15th and stuff, he kind of like flails a little bit. So I think if Sainz, I think Albon is going to be the better Williams. I don't think anyone's really going to argue that. But and Sainz did crash here last year. Him and Perez, and that crash is one of those like if you like Sainz, it's Perez's fault, and if you like Perez, it's Sainz' fault kind of deal. But I think the car should do well here, and I hope that he'll do better. I don't think he's gonna do like I don't know. I don't think he'll wow anybody, but hopefully he'll at least get points.
I keep on forgetting how big the difference between Albon and Sainz is. Sainz only has 16 points.
Yeah,
Like, he hasn't really done anything, and I guess it's just how they act. Like, Albon, again, before the summer break was just so out of sorts. But Albon has 70 points and is best of the rest right now.
yeah. Albon's done really, really well. He's also been in that car and that team way longer, so he knows how it works better.
Yeah, and then I guess Sainz is just waiting it out, I guess.
Yeah, Sainz is on Williams for one more year, and then I imagine he'll jump ship to Audi after
Or
Hulk
Alpine.
retires. He's not going to Alpine.
I just want every driver to go to Alpine to have a second driver.
That should
Please.
be at the end of the year. They should do one like everyone gets to do a hot lap in the Alpine, and then they just compare it.
And that's who gets the grand privilege of getting an invitation to be the second driver.
No. The winner of that gets an immunity idol. and they don't have to go to Alpine.
Oh God! Everyone else is in the draft for Alpine.
Yeah, yes.
We do a fantasy draft. They redraft all the drivers, and Alpine gets first pick.
Yeah, but if you win, you get the fastest lap. You have an immunity idol. You can't be drafted by up. You got to stay on your current team.
It's not you can decide not to be drafted by one team. It's specifically Alpine.
Yeah, you can still get picked up by Haas. No offense.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Ferrari. Oh no.
So yeah, Sainz. I think hopefully he ends his career, his year better than he started it.
What are you putting on the worlds?
I'm sorry, it was I misspoke. V-Carb, they're currently having a tale of two drivers. Lawson has been having a really bad time. He's been fighting with Sainz for 15th a lot, despite Lawson's mid-year surge. And then Hadjar's been on a tear. He's making the most of every opportunity. I think they'll be a good team to watch, especially because they're always at the scene of the crime, V-Carb. Every time there's some drama, there's a goddamn V-Carb there. So...
It's mostly Liam. Sometimes.
Or the front runners will
Liam.
crash and Hadjar will take advantage.
True. I guess if you count Yuki as being V-Carb still, Yuki's there too a lot of times.
Yeah, see, there's V-Carb. The Red Bull is all about headlines.
Yeah, they are. You got one Red Bull driver and 3 V-Carb drivers.
Exactly.
They're all about making headlines.
I wonder how Max would do in the V-Carb. But Andrew, I got a bad news for you. Unfortunately, I think Haas is going to have a rough time of it. Their car has not been great, and straight line speed has been not amazing for them, and it's hard to handle even in the best conditions. So, I don't want to put it out in the world, but Haas may be another scoreless weekend. Ocon last year did have the privilege of almost running over 40 different people.
God.
What happened was he didn't pit the whole race, but you have to pit.
Oh.
So on the final lap, he comes into the pit, but all of the media and everybody was already in the pit lane because they thought the race was over, and he's like trying to go into the pits, and like if he wasn't like a professional, he actually probably could have killed like at least 10 people. Like he could have gone bowling.
If
It's
he was Max
crazy.
Verstappen and forgot he wasn't in a simulator.
Yeah. So Ocon almost went bowling last year. But yeah, the Haas has not had a great history here. So I think it could be rough for them. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
That happens.
It happens every week.
Andrew's a Panthers fan. He's used to it.
I was like, yeah, what's new?
Good old Bryce Young. Do you think Bryce Young would be a good F1 driver?
No.
Hell no.
I don't think his reaction time is that good.
Too busy running for his life.
He's fast, I think. He's on my fantasy team. He scored me good points last week.
Not fast. He is not fast at all.
Rashi Rice would be a good Formula 1 driver as long as there's no other cars on the track.
He'd be good on Alpine.
Yeah, it's true. 3-4. That's so funny. Did you see that? The shirts?
I did. It was fucking...
That's so stupid. Free him from what? He's not in jail.
Let's have Taylor Swift make a song about it.
We'll be watching. Album comes out in like a month or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Rashi Rice as a feature.
That'd be awesome.
Sick. I wouldn't even be that mad. I'd be like, yo,
That's sick.
That's sick as hell. That's metal.
All right. Speaking of Taylor Swift, when Travis Kelce inevitably gets CTE and they divorce each other, I think her next boyfriend should be Bortoletto, and we'll all be watching him for another electrifying performance in the Sauber. Especially with Hulkenberg he's taken a step back since his podium. It does kind of seem like only one Sauber is allowed to be good at a time. It's kind of like it's my turn to talk, so no one else can. Kind of deal over there at Sauber. I feel like they're both not allowed to be good in the same race.
It feels like, I guess it's because Sauber has such low expectations. It feels like Bortoletto is doing a lot better than he is. He only has 18 points.
Well, he had a horrible start.
He did have such a terrible start where like we were cheering, like, oh my god, he finally did it when he got P8. But in my mind, that was like a P4. So, like, oh shit, yeah, he's actually like, it's just that him getting P7 feels so impressive. Just because he really has to work for it.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
I
you
know
can't deny that he has been really good.
it's been good, and I think that's just been tricking me. Also, ever since he's gotten points, he's gotten really cocky, which
Yeah.
I like. I think it's really funny.
It's one of those where like the score and the stats don't tell the whole story.
Yeah, I tell myself that every day when I look at Franco Colapinto.
Well, you know what? Let's get into it. Alpine. I've seen actually some rumors about them keeping Colapinto, despite everything. But who knows? It's going to be up to Gasly again, I think, though, to get points for the team. Colapinto has come close a few times. I don't think this is the place for it, unless there's like a big crash and he sneaks in there. But yes, there have been. Briatore was like, maybe we'll keep the guy, which I think means more that no one's calling.
No one's calling. Who wants Colapinto? Who wants to be in Colapinto's seat? No one.
Exactly. So that's Alpine. It's gonna be. I mean, honestly, you can probably just copy and paste this for every single race preview for Alpine. Is who knows what's gonna happen? It's probably up to Gasly.
I will say, the last 3 weeks for Alpine have been particularly awful. No points. Pierre Gasly 19, 17, 16. And Colapinto 18, 11, 17. So Colapinto almost got there.
He did. He almost got there.
By the past 3 weeks or 3 races. So hopefully we can have a good story at least. No one's really talked about Alpine other than that they suck for the past maybe the whole season actually. I don't think we've done anything besides hire Briatore, and then he didn't do
Well,
anything.
we talked about when they replaced Doohan.
Oh, true. Okay, yeah.
And we talk about Gasly when he gets points.
I mean, kind of. We talked. Okay, the last time we really talked about Gasly, other than like anonymously getting points, was when Verstappen passed him right at the end of the race.
Yeah, that was back in Bahrain, wasn't it, or Saudi?
That was the last time.
I think it was Bahrain.
That was the last time we talked about something happening.
So that was
Alpine on the track.
That was a 12 F1 weeks ago. So that would be 17 shows ago.
Let's see.
I'll tell you exactly. It was in the Bahrain review was on April 16th. So it's been almost 5. It's like 5 months nearly exactly.
And the only other time to talk about them is when Colapinto was being a back marker and almost crashing.
In a Piastri specifically.
Piastri specifically, yes.
So,
when was the last time we talked about a Haas?
Hey, we got points recently. Shut the fuck up.
Hey.
I think it's just like it's so. This is such a weird.
2 races ago.
I'll tell you when. Netherlands.
Yeah, they got one.
Behrman got 6. Behrman did really good in the Netherlands. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, we don't talk about them though. They don't do anything. I mean,
I talked a lot about Behrman. I gave him some good. I gave him props because he deserved it. Andrew, I'm with you. I'm rocking with you.
Dave, I don't want to hear your shit.
Homeless guy calls another homeless guy broke. That's what's happening right now.
I'm just saying. No, when do we ever talk about Ocon? He just spawns in P8 every now and again.
It's probably better that we're not.
He's like GTA traffic.
Yeah, okay, you tell me how to get P8. He's just there.
At least it's probably better that we're not talking about Haas because everything we say about Alpine isn't good.
That's true.
But this is a homeless guy calling another homeless guy broke right now. I'm just so you're aware.
For the folks at home.
It's
So I don't got anything.
It's just a weird year where like McLaren is running away with it so much where every race preview is like, all right, it's McLaren and then maybe like our usual suspects. And then I don't know what the hell is going to happen in the midfield. So hopefully next year it's a lot more there's way more winners. Around this time last year is when other winners started getting in the fray. We had Norris's, we had Piastri's a little earlier, admittedly, but like Leclerc and Sainz both again last year as well, both won in the latter section of the year. So I don't think that's going to happen this year.
No,
But
I hope it does. But when the midfield is Ferrari, Mercedes, and Max Verstappen, and then everyone else is in the back, and then somehow Alpine's not even a real F1 team. Like, it's just so odd.
it is an interesting year where, because even when in 2023 when Max won nearly every race, it wasn't like Max versus Checo for like a lot of the year. It was just Max.
Yeah, so you can at least have a little bit of constructors. But McLaren currently is outdoing Ferrari and Mercedes combined.
Yeah, it's not even close.
It will never be close. They could die. McLaren could die, and I don't think Ferrari and Mercedes could.
But inevitably, you can go online and you can find McLaren fans being like, "We need to maximize every point," as if they're not going to win the constructors this week.
I mean, I can just come here and listen to Nate be sad about whatever McLaren did the last week.
That's next week's episode, not this week's episode.
You know what? You know what, Dave? We need to maximize every point. All right.
You know what? I need to maximize every point too. We only got 20 of them.
I wonder how many. I wonder like how big the difference between McLaren and Alpine will be at the end of the year.
Well, you take McLaren's score, and that's approximately the amount. Yeah.
Subtract 20 or 30, maybe 30 if we're feeling generous.
But at that point, it's just a decimal point. Like, who cares? We're
Yeah.
like, we're maybe 1%. Wait,
how many points do they have? Okay, well, you do that. We're going to move on to pick the podium since you picked last anyway.
Okay.
All right, pick the podium. Baku. I am going to go first because I'm in the lead. I have 341 points. Nate is in second with 309. Sam only 3 points behind at 306, and he hasn't even attended a single session. And then Andrew.
I don't think Sam's.
Andrew is in fourth at 254. All Andrew needs is a good weekend, and he's right back in there. And Dave has 50. Dave, the first person to get if someone gets 504 points between now and the end of the year, that would mathematically eliminate Dave from winning. So that's the number.
Continually get perfect weekends.
No, the maximum points you can get is 504. So if someone gets 505, it doesn't matter.
What I'm saying is that will go down unless if I get a perfect weekend this week and next week and forever.
Yeah. So, my prediction here is Piastri, Leclerc. I think Leclerc is going to qualify pole, and then lose it. Norris. That is my prediction for Baku. Is Piastri, Leclerc, Norris. I did 2 weekends in a row of Piastri, Norris, Leclerc. I got to switch it up. Nate.
Well,
just going to go ahead and put Norris in on P1.
Piastri, Leclerc.
Yeah, you could definitely put Norris in P1. I actually think Verstappen in P2.
Okay.
And then Piastri in P3.
Gotcha. Good to know. All right. And then Sam's is, hold on, he texted it to me. Gotta find it. Piastri, Russell, Norris. Andrew, what you got for us?
Piastri, Norris, Verstappen.
All right. Nate is the only Norris believer.
I literally have to be.
Verstappen, as you said, in third.
Zach Brown is a Norris believer. Don't you worry.
Yeah. What good company. Zach fucking Brown.
Yeah.
I don't know if Norris is a Norris believer, but, you know, it's fine.
Depends on the week.
Zoe sees a North believer this week.
All right.
I'm not a Norse believer this week. I'll let you know that right now. But I got the perfect weekend. It's through the power of love.
Okay.
We're gonna P1. We're gonna have Yuki.
Okay.
P2. We're gonna have Gasly.
Yep. Saw that coming.
Yeah. I need someone to watch. Who wants to watch? Let's see here.
Who's the biggest? So you're saying who's the cuck? Who's the biggest cuck in F1?
Well, it's
Oh.
not just. It's like who would want to watch? Who loves Yuki and would want to watch Yuki?
Well, I
Specifically?
don't know if Wood loves Yuki and wants to watch Yuki, but how about the guy that Yuki stole the seat from?
Oh, true. Actually, you know what? Very true. Yeah, third Liam Lawson. He's watching. He's watching Yuki in that Alpine seat, wishing he could be there instead of out the sport.
All right. So Sonoda, Gasly, Lawson. So
Perfect weekend.
yeah, sure. We'll calculate how many points you need to score. You can score next to I guess just subtract 5058 from 504, and that'll be
That's
that'll
what,
be
448,
something like that.
46.
6. Yeah, 6. I can do math.
All right, so that number is going down further and further.
Wait, I need to make a crazy prediction. Crazy prediction. Kiss. That's it.
Just anyone?
Yeah. They
All right.
Kiss.
Oh, it has to be shown on the broadcast.
Or, well, it has to be shown on the broadcast, people kissing, or someone can
What
talk
if
about the driver.
I came to
kissed at the race, I'll take it.
What if I came to DC and kissed you?
Oh, okay, yeah, that'd count too.
Okay, all right, just see it, just clarify. Just want to be sure. No promises, but
I'll be waiting.
you might be waiting for a while. I just don't want to go to DC.
Hey, it's great. We have a lot of tourists here wearing camo.
Yeah, I'll be safe. I'll be very safe. Oh boy. So yes, that's Baku. Kind of a quick one this week because not a lot happened, and like I said, like there's not a lot of like fluctuation in who can do like who's gonna like we all think it's McLaren gonna win except for Dave, but so
I have love, okay?
but the race review will certainly be interesting. There's never a shortage of drama. Let me look at the calendar. So we'll be back next week for the review. The week after, it'll be the Singapore preview, and then the week after that will be the Singapore review, and then I don't know if there's a race after that. That's a later issue.
If the race is a snooze, I'll have plenty to talk about Stroll. Plenty of controversial things to say.
Uh-oh. I don't know about that. I don't know if I like that. Gonna get me banned. Oh man, yes, that is it. That is our show for tonight. Another relatively quick one. One of these weeks it's gonna be like a 2-hour show because some crazy shit's gonna happen in a race, but that's a later issue. For now, if you're watching this on YouTube, let me know who you think is gonna kiss, and let me know if you would go to DC to kiss Dave, even if you don't know him.
Dry or wet lips. It depends on the moment in time.
Okay, you know what? I'll leave you with that. Good night, everybody.